Okay, so did you guys hear about this potential acquisition of Sega that's being rumored throughout the gaming industry? Have you heard about this? Heard about
Yeah.
this? Any rumblings? Rumblings?
Yeah, a little.
Apparently, they are slowly splitting up almost every section of their business. They're separating the amusement section from marketing to game development. They're restructuring management as well. So the CCO, Toshihiro Nagoshi, has been pushed into the position of creative director. I don't really know what the big difference is there because I thought CCO was chief creative officer. Maybe it's not that, but either way, he's been moved into a new position starting in April. There's a ton of structuring and restructuring that's going on, and it's interesting because this is the same type of stuff that happened at Bethesda right before Xbox waltzed in, of course, and acquired them, and ZeniMax and everything that went with it. They pushed Pete Hines into a different and higher position within the company. They promoted Todd Howard to the point where now he's executive producer on almost everything that they do. They shifted all this stuff around to make themselves much more appealing to an outside party who might swoop in and buy them. What's interesting here, though, is I don't know who should acquire them. Like, I don't know if that's a Nintendo purchase or if that's an Xbox purchase. I don't think it's a Sony purchase. It doesn't really seem up their alley, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
It makes sense. I know everyone will probably be like, I want Nintendo or Microsoft to get it. Those are fine choices. But remember, a certain Tencent company is on the warpath in recent days, going in the direction of buying the world. So it's quite possible that they'll pick up Sega along the way.
That's a really good point. I hadn't even thought of Tencent.
They just might. Plus, it has to be said, this is Toshihiro that guy, the CCO from Sega. He is going into his new position as creative director on April 1st. Now, that is the start of the month, but it's also April Fool's Day. So there's a strong possibility that they're tricking this poor man into lowering into this position, and then they're immediately going to fire him. April Fools, you're not here anymore.
I have heard that the Japanese are real pranksters.
Especially when it comes to business. When it comes to Japanese business practices, they're all about pranks and laughter and just goofing off in general.
Yeah. So they've said that both of these new separated businesses, the amusement section and the game section, are all going to still be owned by Sega once this happens, which makes sense. They haven't announced a purchase yet or anything, but they said that the move is intended to, quote, accelerate global business development by streamlining Sega's structure and accelerate decision making, end quote. Which makes sense, you know, whenever there's bloat within a company, there's a lot of agility that's sacrificed. It's like the age-old problem with gigantic corporations, as if you want anything to happen, it takes 5 years and you have to slowly work up the chain of command. So I can see how them thinking that restructuring could make it so you have a much more agile and competitive game development studio structure and everything. I don't know. I think it's interesting. It does seem as though it presents themselves better to the public, which can also have the added bonus of appealing to outside investors. But I don't know. It's interesting, though.
Well, we have one of the biggest Sega fans on the planet here right now. We've got Ms. Huddlestone from the UK. She has played every Sega game from Golden Axe to... And she's a big fan. She's gonna talk about it now.
She has not. I've played like the odd Sega game, but the main ones I play are the Yakuza series, which is weird because you're saying that you can't see Sony buying Sega. I can, purely on the Yakuza series, because I know it does really well on that console.
Well, so all told, this could be a smart acquisition for
Yes.
a Sony. Or, I mean, I think once, if they are honestly looking to be acquired and they're open to receiving offers, the second that Microsoft hears that Sony's interested, they'll start a bidding war and it could get crazy. I think Nintendo will like sit on the sideline and be like, you do whatever you want. if you want to sell to them, whatever. I mean, you'd be better over here, but whatever. I don't think they'll sell to Nintendo because they don't have the hardware, I think, to properly run these more ambitious games. So I don't think it makes sense for them to push. I think, like, for sake of Sonic, Nintendo could make sense, but beyond that,
moving away from Sonic a little bit though.
Yeah, they just killed his voice actor. That's not
Exactly.
true. Roger Craig Smith is tremendous. He was did too slow. That guy, you know, gotta go fast.
mew.
I'm a hedgehog.
Oh, he's the hedgehog guy.
Yeah, he's the hedgehog
Yeah,
guy,
it's
but
that one.
he's left his position.
Yeah, he's been fired.
They launched a Sonic movie and had no game tie-in with it. And I thought, okay, so 2021 is going to be the year they start releasing Sonic games. Very little news has come of it, and now the voice actor, whom I grew up with for the most part, I don't think he did Sonic Adventure, so I, for the most part, grew up with his voice acting for Sonic. He's gone. So are they going to kill the poor little hedgehog? No, because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. You don't throw away a bag of money.
Can you imagine they
Like
kill
that.
off Sonic in the next movie?
That would be
God.
ridiculous.
Like, we're moving on. Yeah. Anyway,
Golden Axe now.
it would be interesting. Maybe Sega will sell. At the very least, I think this gets the attention of some bigger big wigs at other companies. So at the very least, I think it'll be a discussion that they start having. As to whether or not it leads anywhere, I don't know. But I thought it was interesting.